Okay, I switched it up. I wanted to just show you guys the different things you can do with this full head weave. It's a full head weave. Um, my biggest concern with a lot of full heads is people get away with. If you're a true weavist, you should be able to know how to do certain types of weaves. A lot of people get away with the down the middles and the hair left out up here for natural. I don't like to say natural looking weaves because honestly, it goes like this. If it's a weave, it's a weave. You feel me? A weave is meant for your hair to grow. What African Americans fail to understand is um, the fact of that you have extra curly hair, and the only way you can get it straight is by breaking bonds, which is flat iron and pressing, are permanently breaking the most important bond you have, which is sodium hydroxide relaxer. Um, the best way for your hair to grow and grow healthy to the point where you can actually straighten it without using chemicals or without, permanently getting rid of the most important bonds that you need in your hair is a weave. And braiding it up and putting tracks on there to have straight hair for a temporary time is probably the best thing African American woman can do for her hair to grow healthy without her feeling as if she needs to be in the stereotype and go get a perm or go get her hair pressed. Because regardless, either one of those are breaking bonds. When you're pressing, when you're flat iron and pressing, you're breaking bonds. When you're putting a chemical relaxer, you're killing bonds. You're not breaking them, you're killing them. You are permanently killing your bonds. So this is probably the best thing you can do. A lot of girls don't like to get full heads because they say they don't like bangs. They don't like the fact that it doesn't look natural. It looks real wiggy, and maybe they want to throw it in a ponytail one day and they can't because they have tracks everywhere. I can do full heads that you can put in a ponytail. You see this natural part? This doll head has a natural part and can throw it up in a ponytail just like that, and you don't see no tracks. Why you don't see no tracks? Because I'm popping. Like, that's just how it is. That is just how it is. I honestly believe that when you do weaves, you need to have a technique of doing weaves. A lot of people that charge $50, $65, they charge $50 and $55 for a reason because they have no technique. They're just going to sew. They don't believe in close stitches. They don't believe in, they don't believe in a nice weave. I specialize in nice weaves. Another thing is people have to understand about about weaving, is that weaves are not meant for 6-7 months. I've seen a lot of ladies on YouTube that have been saying, "Oh, I'm getting a sew in. I'm going to leave it in for about 4 or 5 months." Do you know how dangerous that is to your hair? Even though you're washing it however you wash it, at the end of the day, you have braids up under needle and thread, not needle, under thread and track. And because they're braided, by you washing it, it ain't doing nothing. You may be cleansing your scalp because at the end of the day, shampoo is getting onto your scalp. But for the most part of your hair, when that weave come out, that weave ain't going to smell good. It's not good for your hair, and your hair's going to shed more. So my recommendations, I know everybody don't have money like that to be getting their weaves done every day. But if you can't afford to get your hair done every 2 weeks, at least once a month, at least every 2 months. I'll even go every 3 months. But after that, and if you a true baddie, you ain't gonna go 2 months. You gonna go once a month, But this is just a little something natural you can throw up. When you have your hair down and you have your full head up, and you don't want to deal with your hair today, and you don't want to brush it, you don't want to comb it, you don't have to. You can just throw it up in a ponytail. Now the way you angle the tracks, the way you have to tuck the tracks. At the end of the day, this is still a weave. So at the end of the day, you're still going to see tracks if you don't tuck them the correct way. But because they're tucked the correct way, after you throw your ponytail up, take your fingers like this and just tuck, just like that. Make sure them tracks is being hidden. This weave right here is a $200 weave. I charge $200 for this, only because you have a diversity of doing so many things with this weave. So many things. You can throw up a high ponytail, you can throw up a low ponytail, you can put half of it in the ponytail and leave half of it down. You can flat iron it down, you can curl it, you can wave it, you can do whatever you want to do. So I really do suggest that if you don't get your weave done by me, get your weave done by another person who feels the same way that I feel, because I feel like a lot of women need full heads but don't want full heads. So that's why they leave their hair out, and that's why they become bald-headed, because they feel like they need to perm their hair to make their hair lay. And if they're not permanent, they flat iron and hot combing it every day. And the more you flat iron, the more you hot comb, the more bonds you break in, the more you relax your hair, the more bonds you're killing, and you need your hair. if you're an African American girl and your hair is extra curly, guess what? That's your hair. You see what I'm saying? There is no, I don't want my hair to be straight. That can happen, but it needs to be in a healthy state. It needs to be to the point where it's tamed, not where you're making it be straight. It needs to be tamed. So I specialize in taming hair. So I'll be back, and I'm going to have my dog head, Miss Aaliyah, right here. As you see her name on the back of her neck, Aaliyah. I'm going to have her another style in the hair, all right? All right.